Welcome in. This is round one back nine coverage of the 2025 Persimmon Ridge Disc Golf Championship. This is the second stop of the GoThrow Tour presented by Prodigy Discs. You guys, we got a collab disc actually dropped, prodigydisc.com/GoThrow, 400 Glimmer FX4. These things are super pretty. Pick one up, supports the crew. I'm Luke Humphreys, stoked to be at this property again, joined in the booth by Mr. Tall Paul Ohm.
Here we are once again, back nine, Persimmon Ridge. Got some nice looking front nines from a couple of our card mates here.
Yeah, two bogey frees from Calvin and Kevin. A little bit of a slow start for Jake and our defending champion, Big Germ, playing some solid golf to start the round. Noah Meitzma in the clubhouse with a 292 U-Disc rated round. 10 under par into the double digits. If that's what it takes, these guys are going to need to continue this pace, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin's 6 through 9, so he's got 9 holes to catch or surpass Noah.
Yeah, really wooded hole here. Kind of an anomaly on this course, but it's perfect for an open style course to have this wooded hole.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's a few gaps on the course, that they've cut out, but this one is definitely not similar to any of the other holes on the course.
Yeah, in the future, it'd be cool to see a couple more of these implemented. There's definitely some areas for it, and Persimmon Ridge continues to push the envelope, change tee pads, push pins. It's an evolving course, and that's one of the things that makes it the best course in Arkansas.
Yeah, what I hear, like 5 layouts out here?
Bunch of them.
Yeah.
Really cool. Calvin, over the hill. Typically, you go into the woods, stops short, leaves him an open putt right at circle's edge.
Looks like he threw a putter there, so he probably juiced up on it a bit, looking to hit the front of that berm. The basket's on.
Jake, it looked like a bit less commitment than needed. Kind of came out of it. Tried to throw it a little soft probably, which makes sense. Jake can throw it so far. To demonstrate touch is definitely tricky when you have 6 bills in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, at 248, I don't think you need much more than a putter. These guys don't need much more than a putter, but I think the mid-play, trying to run it up the hill versus like really getting greedy and going for the ace.
Yeah.
Is what most of these guys are looking for. And then I got the germ play.
Wow. Definitely turning a backhand slight flex into a tricky forehand. That early tree right comes into play with that
I
forehand.
feel like I could see you throwing a little something on this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a line, but you won't see me doing it. Not forehands. I do throw my A5 backhand, though. Jake coming up short. This is a long look for par.
Yeah, he had a tricky angle, tough stance.
And finally got himself under par right there on hole 9. He's finding some trouble.
It's shaping up to maybe be a double here. It's not pretty. Oh, he thought it felt good.
I thought the same.
Dropping last second.
It did. Ooh. Instead of dropping, that one kind of stayed high, dead center.
Wow.
Nice putt from Kevin. That's the pace he's going to need to keep if he's trying to keep up with Noah Meitzma with that 292 rating. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this U-Disc rating, but we're starting to see it more and more. And I've talked to Matt over at U-Disc, and it seems like a pretty good system. And just a reference, Gannon's 2 rounds at the Hideaway where he won were 283, 277. So 292 is super hot.
Okay.
That was just quick.
Got to settle in here.
Yeah. That happens fast. No.
That's just unfortunate. He
Yeah.
tried to pace it a bit better.
The crazy part is Jake's a fantastic putter.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy make every putt he looks at for an entire round, just dealing with a bit of a confidence issue. We all have been there. Unfortunately, he's doing it in front of you guys. Headed into hole 11. This is a fun par 5 because the eagle is in play, Paul.
Yeah, definitely for all of our card mates here, it is in play. It's a very specific landing zone that you need to get to here. I mean, you can kind of just try and get over this cart path and get into the, I don't know if I'd call it an island, but into the fairway, I guess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't, you go into the drop zone. But a lot of these guys are trying to get a bit of a turn out of the drive.
This
get
is
it moving down
roller
right
aggressive.
side. Yeah, this is about the most aggressive play, I'd say.
This man is so good with rollers. It's kind of crazy how comfortable Kevin is with the craziest shots.
Yeah.
He almost never misses a grenade.
That looks like an interesting second that he's got from there.
That went too far straight.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's bad.
This is definitely one of the options you want to steer clear of, getting into those trees. It's not really a crazy penalty. You can still advance the fairway, but
He should be able to have a birdie out of it.
yeah, a birdie for sure.
And for those of you that know Calvin,
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like when you're really trying to attack for that eagle, you want that disc to move left to right, but it's tough when you're asking it to do it later on in flight. This is looking like trouble too for Jake.
man, it's way up there, but he's unfortunately going all the way back to the drop zone as well.
What do you think from here? I mean, do you know what this is distance-wise? It's a big ask, but I mean, these guys can still clean up. That's 3. Yeah, still clean up for par.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's too big to go at, although it seems like Jake is going at
I'm
it.
sure he's thrown this shot before.
This is a Gavin Rathbone stamp D2.
Asking for some ground play.
My goodness. Birdie still in play.
Thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, it's
That's
possible.
incredible.
It's possible, but you have to be a full-grown man.
Jerem getting a good swing in the trees there.
Yeah. Yeah, if you,
Dancing well down the fairway.
when you play down the middle, it is a ceiling issue. And this is great position play for Kevin. Oh, look at that. Dicing it up, putting it back in the middle. Simple upshot from there.
Yeah, take the bird. Move on.
Yeah, he's just going to be about 200 feet away. Jerem's got full speed driver, and this is pulled. Look at the ramp job. Come on.
No.
Oh, no.
He gets over the bunker, but still does not have the steam to get back.
Just tugged it. Calvin, stand still.
Stock.
Forehand putter approach, no problem. That's an easy way to get a par if you go out of bounds. It's not a super penalizing hole. This is one that players should be trying to take advantage of. And we actually saw aggressive plays that didn't work out because of that eagle opportunity.
Yeah, you don't have to throw too far to get the eagle opportunity. Off the tee, you don't have to throw too far. You just have to get into a specific spot that allows you to attack the green for your second.
Yeah, that spot's typically right by the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Because then you got the big hyzer down the lane.
Man, that would have been a good momentum swing for Jake.
No kidding. No kidding. To grab the birdie after the out of bounds, rarely seen.
And to just click on a putt, too.
Yeah, yep. Just a little high from Kev. He would have rather been a foot longer, you know? Give him that comfortable jumper.
Just an unnecessary bogue from Jerem.
That really was. That really was. He didn't advance far on his second shot. Really left him a long third that he had to get aggressive with, and pays the price with a bogey.
Just a low release, it looked like. If it would have had a little bit more height, it might have ran over.
Yeah.
Got over the cart path, but
Yeah, this card not really taking advantage of this easy hole.
seems like you get one in bounds. And
We went 1 over on that short par 5.
That hurts for sure.
Yeah.
And this is a tricky par 4. This tee shot, I mean, it's pretty wind dependent, I guess. But a lot of these guys are throwing a flex forehand,
Stock
something like
forehand,
that.
yeah.
That's a stock shot.
Really is. It's 676. You're only asking for about 350, 360 in there to get you a comfortable approach.
True.
These guys will probably go much more than that, but it's not really needed. Kevin's been launching this disc right at the sidewalk. That's perfect. If you don't commit to the flat at the sidewalk, you do skip into the woods there, creates a hard second shot.
Definitely.
With the downhill, he played that 360, got 400 out of it, so he's sitting nice.
That looked pretty stock.
Yeah. Calvin going with high percentage play here, is taking on the gap, but he throws these fairways so well. And did he leave it?
Man, it tipped a bit, but it's got some height on it. Some height.
Oh my goodness.
That's unfortunate, but he gets a lot of distance out of that.
Easily 450 feet out of the fairway driver. And
Yeah.
Jake did not do. That's exactly what we were talking about.
Right.
Got to get that thing flat. Even Anheuser
Yeah.
might have gotten away with it. Didn't really fully skip, but hard to tell. We'll see what happens down there. Germ, this really suits what he's got. A little flip to flat.
There it is.
Bonus turn.
Smoked it.
Wow, that's way down there.
Man, I had a couple practice rounds with Calvin. I wonder why he shied away from the forehand. He threw some great forehands on this hole.
Yeah, I agree. I thought we were going to see forehands from the whole crew. It seems like the percentage play.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It didn't seem like he was trying to go for the green with the eagle or anything like that.
It would have been one of those blue full speeds, the
Yeah.
blue destroyers, if he was going for it. Come on. Wow. And
how
he
you do it.
stops it before the hill. It's kind of a peninsula with runaway opportunities everywhere on this green that lead to very tricky putts.
Yeah, just some rubbish behind this basket.
Yeah, it's one of the things I do love about Persimmon, too, is that some of this rough is nasty.
Yeah.
Right beside the basket, too. You don't want to throw it there. It's a natural bunker. You should know to make the adjustment, leave yourself a bit short, and
This is that.
hit
It's
that
going to
putt.
filter right into
Oh.
that stuff, and he's well inside the circle, but
Yeah. It just brings another element of speed control into the game that I think we need. Jake just dealing with some putting issues here. He's putting himself in the right positions, though. Still throwing the disc
yeah.
pretty well.
I love that upshot to get himself into position.
The patent pending upshot was incredible.
Yeah.
Some sort of PA3, I guess.
Calvin using a full stretch out,
This isn't.
showing off the tan line and knocking it down, taking a little bit of extra time just to make sure he had the angles and whatnot right.
Yeah, you can tell he's pretty stoked about that one, too.
Yeah.
Kev, little stabby putt right there. Kind of abbreviated the follow through. And actually, when he's putting really good, he kind of does that. In 2020, when he took down Vermont, and then a month later took down the Pro Tour Championship, he was doing that stabby thing. And so I don't mind seeing that from him. I kind of think that means he's just committing to his line.
The game's looking good right now.
It really
He's
is.
caught back up to Calvin with that birdie there. Germ's coming as well.
Yeah.
And we got some birdie holes coming up. This par 3 here is no piece of cake, but 335, it's in everyone's wheelhouse. Pick a side, forehands open,
I really
backhands
think-
open.
Yeah, I really think it is a forehand. That 335 probably playing closer to about 360,
Yeah.
maybe even 370 because it is uphill.
Well, tell that to James Conrad, dude. He's not throwing a forehand on this one. He's probably birdieing it.
Off that tree.
That's what I'm saying.
Really, though? Into circle two?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice, actually. That's the one to miss,
He
though.
didn't square it.
I think the play is to turn it off of the big tree, kind of towards the small one, and then right in
Nice.
front of it. Germ doing it nicely. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Got Jules out here supporting him, Germ's wife. And Calvin's been beaming this disc.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Going long, showing that really Calvin's got a power forehand. Needs to be talked about more than it is. In the forehand conversation, you got all the regulars. You guys need to put Calvin in there.
Yeah, I have been
Same.
practicing with Calvin this week, and it has been fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's been smashing that disc.
That's a great shot from Jake, using a D3 to put it circles in the circle, just a bit left. Nice bid from Kev. High right. Definitely feels like it could have grabbed. Let's see it in the slow-mo. Nah, it was always right. Very close, though. That's that range. She's so dangerous at.
Yeah, definitely. Kev's definitely getting more comfortable with his game. He's been putting in a lot of work, and you can see he wanted that one bad.
Yeah, I was playing a practice round with you and Calvin and Kev the other day. I'm like, all these guys are just killing it right now.
This place is magical.
Kind of makes you find it. You just enjoy throwing the frisbee at Persimmon Ridge. As we see Calvin execute on that forehand. He didn't get much past pin high, but that's still like 370 plus.
Masher forehand, and you're going to get that ground play at the end.
There we go.
Germ snagging a nice bird, getting things rolling here.
Yep. Yeah, he's right there with him. Nice, Jake. Okay. Turn it around right here, bud. What's happened's happened. Got to let it go. Make smart decisions. Throw shots committed. We'll see what happens.
Bend the reality of what a disc can be and discover Ultra Soft plastic. With its extreme flexibility and tackiness, Ultra Soft has the best grip and flex of any plastic Prodigy has ever made. Take on cold or wet weather with confidence behind every shot. We are excited to add 300 Ultra Soft to the lineup, which joins 400 and 500 Ultra Soft. Check out the entire collection today on ProdigyDisc.com or your local retailer.
Man, gotta love what Prodigy's doing lately, making some really good discs, mixing it up. Big thanks to Prodigy Disc for sponsoring this GoThrow Tour. I'm going to say if you threw forehand on the last hole, similar shot right here can be used on 14.
Got you. You know, I'm throwing a backhand on this hole, but 379, got a nasty little knoll around the basket there you're kind of sitting on.
Yeah, and for that reason, I like the backhand. I just feel like it comes in softer. This one is left, though. Just stuffed it into the hill over there.
Yeah, left low. I think that grass is a bit thicker over there. Just grabs him up.
Shouldn't have a problem pitching up.
Calvin not happy about how high he's thrown this one.
It digs, luckily, on the edge.
Yeah, because that tree line just goes down.
It falls away fast.
Yeah.
Jake's missed a couple forehands right.
This as well is why I like the backhand. I mean, those are all filtering into Narnia if they...
So
they
you're
get
saying
that
that
tree
you
line.
don't like bad shots. I don't like them either. I definitely wouldn't throw my forehand like this. It feels like maybe all of them made a wind read error. When you see that much consistency in their errors,
Yeah.
it almost feels like they just like were feeling something at the tee that didn't exist down the fairway, which does happen. You'll see all of the guys in a card. This could be going long.
No.
Checks up perfect. Yeah, when everybody makes a similar mistake like that, these guys are pros. Typically doesn't happen 3 times.
Yeah, somebody's going to make that adjustment.
The starting width is the problem with all of those forehands, though. I think they all needed to be on that left side of the green.
Man. Wind messing with these putts as well.
And that's what you don't want on a little Noli green, is another 28-footer for par. Can Kev make the adjustment? He's going staggered stance spin putt.
Nice hit.
Ew.
No jump.
I mean, this is like, in skateboarding terms, like nollie kickflip. You know, this is not normal for him. He's going different stance and playing the wind perfect.
Perfectly. Calvin's got a tricky little comebacker here as well.
Yeah.
Kev hitting a nice putt to tie him up.
Left to right headwind. Wow.
Easy.
Commitment. Knew it the second he released it. Aware of how good that putt is, how much it matters. Already losing a stroke to Kevin. Jakey boy just seems like a little tense. It's not like the relaxed stroke, the slow bring down. that I see from him when he's putting good.
Yeah, that was a good pop right there.
That was a nice comebacker. Hate to see a 3-putt there. But that's one of the hardest working disc golfers in the game. If he's not on the course, he's at the putting green. He's trying to figure it out, and I believe he will. Anybody with a work ethic like that, that's hard to bet against.
Yeah.
Checking with the leaderboard, Paul.
Hey, Mr. Meinsma up on top still. Gannon through 15.
Yeah, I know. That's a name that
30
is
holes to play.
scary when he's coming at you.
Yeah, and Sullivan Tipton. I mean, I've seen Gannon and Sullivan piling around a bit here. I mean, they're pushing the bar.
Yeah, both of them pushing each other.
Yeah, and a local.
Abraham Bahina.
Yeah.
8 under par through 16. That's some great golf right there from Abe. He knows this course extremely well. He's on Team Persimmon Ridge. This has to be one of the best holes on the course.
Definitely got that high elevation tee box. 748. I saw some bombs on this hole today. This week, I guess. Up past this oak tree in the middle of the fairway, but OB lurking on either side. You have to cross this cart path to be in bounds.
Look at that. Kev just stomping on a forehand. Played it 330, went 410 probably.
Yeah.
All he wanted there was just a line drive into the hill. It's going to leave him semi-blind approach, I believe, but he's played this hole enough times.
If I'm right, I believe that's 4 forehand tee shots in a row for Kev. So getting comfortable with that forehand off the tee.
You're not kidding.
Is pretty nice.
It really has been 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Since the roller on 11.
This is a much trickier shot. I think Germ's going to be fine, but some of these can leak over to that OB on the right pretty easily if you give them too much height.
Yeah.
Just throwing the eagle down low.
Yeah, also pretty short, similar position to the other guys. These are going to be blind approaches to a raised basket that has OB almost all the way around, at least 270 degrees.
Yeah, they're going to be throwing uphill forehand shots.
Take on the distance, does he? We got the spotter jumping out of the way. Sit.
Oh, that's a great ground play.
My.
Forward skip.
Ridiculous bomb from Jake. He's probably 200 feet past these guys.
This right here is going to bring in that right side OB. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, they've got to throw uphill.
Yeah, that was a full speed driver from him too. I wonder if he was just kind of in between there.
It's a tricky green. I mean, OB's lurking behind on the right.
Whoa, this is so wide. No, yeah, that's maybe some headwind that these guys can't feel on the tee coming into play. 100%.
Kev a little higher on the hill.
This is also going right, though, isn't it? Pulls up.
I think he maybe threw a slower disc. That Firebird versus the distance driver that Calvin threw.
Jake kind of turning that thing into a kite, but proper distance leaves him inside the circle.
Yeah.
Looking at a birdie.
On the good side of the wind there.
Upside down bid. The rarely seen. Okay, Germ, this is a hard one to bid. You got OB 12 feet behind the basket?
Yeah, you know he wants to for par.
Maybe 15 feet. Calvin's going to be edge of circle for his par after going out of bounds, putting back into the right to left headwind. Those are some savage par putts.
Yeah.
These last 2 holes. Those are the ones that really separate Calvin.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen Kev. He's already laid up.
Yeah.
Germ's taking a bogue.
Yeah, only 1 birdie on that hole. And it was really the guy that got aggressive, got to the top of the hill and made that up shot easy.
Yeah.
Jake taking strokes on the card, headed into 16. This is such a good hole. It's at 379. You can get the mid there. You can go up the middle. You can go all the way around this tree if you want. You can play the skip fairway. There's so many ways to get it. Forehand's not one of them, although we got Germ on the card.
Fair point. Yeah. I know a lot of these guys are probably licking their chops at this hyzer, but the wind was up. You're going to lose a lot of distance if this thing doesn't come back into play. This looks very well thrown.
Yeah, that's a shadow fax from Jake.
Oh,
Ooh.
my goodness.
I kind of thought he didn't like it when he threw it. Was that him? Yeah. But it must have flipped up a little more than he thought it was going to.
Nothing not to like about that.
Kev's just going with a mid-range.
Yeah.
Never gets the flip.
Gets pretty good distance on it for not standing up all the way. Getting it to flat.
Oh, Vinny, the ultimate mistake you cannot make on this one. It puts you in a tricky spot, too. The up and down from there is awkward. I'll say it best.
That was must have got a little bit of a gust on that one or something.
It's a disc I don't typically see him throw.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of switches between stuff that we see a lot.
Seemed to tip it quickly, and then it just dropped and never had a chance of coming back in.
Yeah, this is what happens. Is it going to clips the branch but moves through it? So easy to hit that high ceiling or leave it short trying to get low.
Yeah. Big putt from Kev. Gotta have it.
No.
Yo, he's just getting the replay after replay.
And Kev showing he's got both styles. Look at that spinner. He actually started with a spinner, developed the straddle that you see now later. So he's got that in the bank when he needs it and pulling it out today.
That's a man that's feeling it behind the mini right there. Just switching up styles whenever he needs to, whatever it calls for.
I know, that's an Ollie 360 flip if we're talking
I don't know why
skateboard
we're
terms.
jumping into skateboard terms here, but
Dude, there's overlap.
dirt and
Guys,
grass in here stuff.
hit me in the comments. Let Paul know there's overlap.
What was that?
Look at that's a double is what that is from Calvin, dropping all the way back now.
Dirty chains.
That kind of sounded like it went through chains, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked pretty heavy.
Maybe a little left side, maybe a little hyzer, but definitely one that could have stayed.
Wasn't too fast or anything.
No, Jake's typically got good pace on those things. And Kevin kind of leaving these guys in the dust a little bit now. 3 back, entering the second to last hole of this round. A precariously placed basket with a extension on it, man. This thing is hard to run if you're outside the circle. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's hard to run if you're inside the circle. But I think it's worth noting that these holes right here really played pretty windy for these guys later on in the day.
Yep. This is a great play here. Spike hyzer, stable fairway driver.
Kev loved it out of the hand.
You could tell. You can either skip it on that right side or just go full spike with it into the sandy old ball golf green that really just absorbs the impact.
Has located the gas pedal.
Yeah,
and
he has.
Is not leaving that area for several holes now.
Jake just going with an M2, something that'll settle nice, won't bring in too much pace, and he just pulled that one a little bit. It looked like that, or got a little more flip up because of that headwind.
Yeah. This is a tricky green, like you said. I mean, the basket placement is one thing, but the sand in front of the basket really eats up those hyzers. You don't get much ground play, so guys are really trying to tuck it in as tight as they can, and it's tough if you don't land on top of that ridge.
Wow. This is a super stable disc. Look at that.
That's the one.
Is it going to sit, though? That was a lot of pace. People are clapping. Must have.
See, there's that grass around that sandy area, but that sandy area just eats up all the ground play.
Man, what a beautiful shot of Persimmon Ridge right here. The lake, the path around it.
Yeah.
I love this place.
Today was a beautiful day at the ridge.
Yeah, that's a new bridge right there as well. Shout out to the whole PR team that made that happen. Oh,
there
come on,
he
Jake.
is.
Out of all the ones he's missed today, that's the one he makes. A scary look back up the hill.
It's like
from circle 2.
Hyper focus on that elevated basket.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when there's less options, it is easier to focus. All right, this is a pretty sketchy putt from Kev. Really got to focus on this one. Dude, the spin putt is working.
Yeah.
Very impressive that he can just switch to that thing in a windy condition, find confidence, keep doing it.
That was a very confident stroke. He was not thinking about anything except making the putt, running the routine.
Yeah. And if you see right there, the two stable fairway drivers, Spikeheisers, both got birdies. The two mid-ranges did not. Taking notes, I am. Headed into, in my opinion, the best finisher on the planet for a couple reasons. The hole itself, really challenging. A great way to finish a tournament. And the spectating experience that you find right there at the top of that clubhouse, looking down on the green, watching the entirety of the hole from tee to green. It's really, truly remarkable and special.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting in this little house right here. I watched several people play hole 18.
Yeah. From right here in the house, commentating from that tall building on the right that you see, which is an Airbnb that you can rent. Come out here with the family or friends, and this is a huge shot from Kevin. Anything past that little dip right there is going to lead to easy upshots, and he's 70, 80 feet past that. This is a perfect win for 18 right now. They got a bit of tail. 863 will play about 800.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Just got to get it to sit down.
He wanted it to flip. I literally think he just threw that 100 feet further than
I thought it was headed
60.
towards that left side OB because of its height, but
that was well into the fives. Didn't even get it flat.
That's what the doctor ordered.
I like this.
Germ talking about doctors and orders. That's perfect placement as well. I think the play from there is probably a forehand, but as we saw last year on 18, the forehand can roll. It's a very inclined green. That's three of them. Pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are going to piece this up pretty easily.
Oh, this is good. Raise and finish. Ooh, stuffed.
Made sure not to hit that there.
Yeah, threw it into the base final round last year. Rolled out of bounds, but like a boss, hit the putt. Calvin, very stable disc. Lots of Anheuser out of the hand.
Smoked it.
Yeah. That is definitely Calvin's preferred angle on forehands. He does like a little bit of turn. Now Kevin with the right to left tail. Giving it the turn as well. I love this height. I never really came down. Kind of an awkward putt down the hill. Hard to tell how downhill it is from that shot right there, but
yeah,
I mean, it's just a weird stance. You feel like you could slip as you go to extend. Jake had to look good for a little while, coming in, flashing the basket.
Those two spent hours throwing that shot, so I would expect
Kevin,
nothing
Jake,
less.
No lie, have thrown 500 shots between the two of them on 18.
Settle down.
Wow, that's a good settle.
Solid finish from Kev, taking a share of the lead.
Nice, Jake. Getting himself back to even par. Up and down day, but you can see 3 of the last 4 he fought the whole time. Kid's going to click one of these days. I know it. Can't wait to see it.
I bet tomorrow he has a day. Germ with another great birdie on 18.
Man, unfortunate finish for Calvin. What could have been that double on 15 and then not getting that birdie right there on 18. Pretty, just not finishing like he usually does. And the bogey-free 10 under par, matching Mr. Noah Meidsma at 292 rated in that U-Disc scale. That's some incredible golf. 2 off the hot pace. The course record that got set last year by Andrew Marweed, the year before by Jake Hebenheimer. And let's take a look at this card. the local Abraham Bahina is the one that pops out to me.
I love to see him.
Man, Abe is such a great guy. Yeah, to be up there in the mix, going to be playing chase card coverage tomorrow with Ace Run Pro filming. Guys, definitely go check out the Ace Run Pro coverage. They've got Gannon Burr in this round as well. Give them a follow, a subscribe. They're out here working hard, helping out the GoThrow team. Felix and Conrad, two of our favorites. And as the sights and sounds take us out, man, it's been enjoyable being here with you, Paul, for this first round of the second GoThrow Tour event brought to you by Prodigy Disc. What do you think, man?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for bringing some beautiful weather today. I wish I would have brought my fishing pole. Come back, join us for some final round coverage.
Yeah, we're at the #1 course in Arkansas, and we got final round coverage coming at you guys tomorrow. For Tall Paul Oman, I'm Luke Humphreys. We'll see you next time on GoThrow.